Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Courtney and Ryan. 9 things grown men should never wear. There's actually a few things on my list. I wonder if she covers them or not. Let's see where she goes. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and it has been far too long since I've done a what not to wear type of video, so that's what we're going to be doing today. In this video, I'm going to be covering 9 things that grown men should never wear from a woman's perspective and fashion expert here. And
hey, she's a fashion expert. I mean, I can agree with that. She always wears very nice clothes. She's always, presentable, not overexposing. I like Courtney's look overall. I think a lot of women should kind of pay attention to how she presents herself. And it's nice to get a woman's perspective on how, men look in certain type of clothing. So I think I take some of this pretty seriously in a sense, but not too serious.
Obviously, I know you want to get all your fashion advice from someone who looks like they're about to go churn butter or milk a cow. So now I do also want to say,
oh wow, she has jokes on herself. Cute. I like that. Being able to make fun of yourself because she looks like a milk maiden right now. I think that's what she was trying to say. It's pretty funny.
Hey, this is just my advice and opinion that many of you come here for. If you don't care about that, keep doing your thing and wearing what you feel comfortable and happy in. It's not that serious, okay?
I mean, to me, it's comfortability. I wear the same clothes literally every day, or like the same look every day, just because it's the most comfortable look.
Number 1 is ripped or skin tight denim. No more ripped denim, no more skin tight denim, and definitely no ripped denim that also happens to be skin tight. Double offense.
Jokes today.
Ripped denim to me just tends to look very juvenile, and I would recommend swapping for a pair of denim with no holes in it instead. My grandpa always used to make fun of me for wearing denim with holes that were there on purpose, and as I get older, I understand that a little bit more. And skin tight.
I also agree. So you paid more for someone to rip your jeans for you, and ripped jeans that are already pre-ripped don't last long. Like, so you're buying something that's more expensive and it doesn't even last as long. So you're like double negatives on yourself.
Tight denim, I'll say, leave a little room for imagination, guys. I hate to be graphic, but if I can see the outline of what you've got going on, you need to go up a size or swap for a different style and cut. I also want to mention the embroidered,
unless you packing, then maybe it's a different statement,
or bedazzled or studded denim, because those also have got to go. Next one here is below the knee shorts. These remind me of the early 2000s shorts, when everyone just looked.
Oh, like the old Dickies that all the people used to wear. I think I know what she's talking about.
Bad. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. It's giving MTV Welcome to My Crib. And it's time to retire them. Now, I'm not telling you to wear Daisy Dukes. Please don't. But opt for a pair that hit right above the knee instead. It's going to make your legs look a lot longer and be a much more flattering fit. The next is cheap hair products.
No comment on that one. I have some golf shorts that are like above my knees. I don't think it looks bad at all. Maybe when we were younger, it felt like a thing, just how fashion worked then. But yes, I do agree with her. It looks better.
Or no product at all. While clothing is probably the first thing you think of when you think about style, it's equally as important to pay attention to other aspects, such as your personal grooming, including your hair. It's all in the details.
Okay, so I went and had a meeting with a woman that, she wants to make content with me on my channel, and I was pretty open to it. And she was just talking about like how men just hygiene and groom themselves are just horrible when they try to hit on women and things. I didn't realize it was that bad out there, but I also knew men were pretty slobby too. So
details, guys. Now, I will say, if you're bald, you can ignore this point altogether. So simply not using any products or buying those cheap drugstore products that teenagers use can undermine your entire look. All of you classy grown men who are watching know the importance of buying quality products that salons and barbers would use. Using the right hair product can elevate a man's appearance and enhance his overall style. And you might not necessarily think your hairstyle could impact your overall look as much as it does, but I promise you it's a game changer.
Oh yeah, hair is huge. You want, a haircut that fits your head. You want the style to like mesh with your face. It's really a science. If you have a good barber, like they will handle most of this for you. They'll hopefully help you out with things. But a good barber is also pretty pricey. I know men don't really like spending money on hair. It is what it is. Like I always get the product the from my barber. My hair product from barber, just because it smells good, it works well. I don't ever have any issues with it personally. So
if you guys have been around on my channel for a while, you know that I always recommend Forte. So if you're one of my guys watching who has very fine or thin hair, you're going to want to use a lightweight product like Forte's styling cream or paste that are going to add volume and texture instead of heavy products that are just going to weigh your hair down, make it look lifeless and flat.
I actually have decently heavy product that weighs my hair down because I want it to be weighed down. So no, I agree with her. I mean, there are some people that want that hairstyle to like poof up a little bit, and with heavy product, it's very hard to accomplish that.
Flat or the cheap drugstore gel that's just gonna make you look crunchy. We're too old for crunchy. These are gonna give you a touchable, light to medium hold. They're great for guys with thin or fine hair who have trouble styling.
It sounds like it's good for Asian men. Asian men have that kind of hair that she's describing. We have very thin, very, like flat hair, like lifeless hair, I want to say.
Or adding volume because they're so lightweight. Regardless of your hair type, your style, or your achieved outcome, Forte has a product that will be exactly what you're looking for. They have so many different products to choose from. I really, truly cannot recommend them enough. So if you're interested in checking out Forte, I actually have an affiliate link.
She made it as a plug. All right, I'm not going to hate her on it. I mean, gel is important. So, hair product is important. So, her plugging in her affiliate, I'm not upset.
Down in the video description, and you can use my code Courtney Ryan to get 10% off of your order. Sticking to the grooming points here, my next one is wearing too much fragrance. Now,
yes.
I know some people are into the overspraying, and to each their own, okay? But if you're asking for my advice, I would say don't overdo it. Unless you want to smell like the 15-year-old who keeps Axe in his locker and sprayed a little bit too much before heading into math class. And with a lot of fragrances, a little goes a long way. I normally do 4 sprays, and that is plenty, especially if you're wearing something like a niche fragrance. You can figure out what works for you, but you shouldn't smell like you bathed in the scent, okay? A fragrance should be discovered, not necessarily announced. If you leave an elevator and I can smell you at the end of the day still in the elevator, we have an issue. In the summer especially, you don't want to be wearing too much fragrance because it's incredibly overwhelming. It is sticky, it's humid, it's just going to weigh you down and also be very distracting and overwhelming for the people around you as well. And
yeah, for fragrance, I use the Chanel Blue. I use the oily one, the one that's supposed to last the longest, just because I like paying for my buck. All I do is do one spray. I do one spray on my wrist, and then I rub my wrist, and I rub the back of my ears with it. And that's about it. That's all I do. I don't actually do anything else. But I also have deodorant that matches that fragrance. I actually also use deodorant, the Chanel Blue deodorant. So it just kind of works really well together. So it makes it so I don't have to spray myself. I just, use the deodorant and then, put the fragrance on my wrist and rub it. That pretty much covers everything.
And if you want to come across as a classy gentleman who smells great and not the 15-year-old who just doused himself with Axe, trust my...
No Axe. If you guys are still using Axe, please stop. Please. The women and the men around you will thank you.
Advice. My next one is loud logos. Bad. They are all bad. I've been saying this for a while now, and I have not changed my mind. It's tacky.
I 100% agree.
Belts, anything covered in logos, the American Eagle sweatshirt from high school. It's time to retire these. Trust me on this one. Do yourself a favor and just get rid of it. Opt for something solid instead. This quiet luxury thing is in for a reason. Understated items and this less is more approach really goes a long way. I've been saying it forever here. Basics make the best outfits, and this still rings true. So
I 100% agree on this one. I wear black t-shirts that aren't printed. I usually get them from Uniqlo. I like the Uniqlo products. They fit me. And I wear like Lucky jeans because there's an outlet nearby me, and I get, it's cheaper to buy it from the outlet. And the Lucky jeans really fit me really well. It just conforms to my body really well. And that's all I wear. I mean, the belt, I do wear a fancy belt. I wear a Ferragamo belt, but it's a very, like niche brand. It is a high-end brand, but not very many people know about it, like Gucci or Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. And it's a very subtle belt. So I do wear a little bit of a fancy belt, but everything else is not logoed. I don't really wear logoed pants. I don't wear logoed shirts, like, at all.
So instead, my advice here would be to stick to the basics. Do solid t-shirts or shirts with a tasteful pattern. You can even utilize textures in fabric instead of getting something with a super loud logo. Next up, we have square toe shoes. These are clunky and look like you are trapped in the 90s. It's so funny, actually, my dad bought a new pair of dress shoes for my wedding, and he was telling me the guy at the store told him not to get the square toe option, and I said, praise the Lord for that salesman, because it's just an outdated style, but he had no idea that was what was cool when he was, dressing up back in the 90s and the 80s, so he was thankful for that salesman, and so was I. Next is studded belts. Not much to say here besides it's giving teen angst.
Oh, okay.
So if that's not you, then
yes, I 100% agree.
Get yourself a nice leather belt here. I would say black or tan is the safest option. Color-wise, go with whatever matches most of the things in your wardrobe. But I think every guy needs a nice leather belt, not a studded belt, not a belt that is necessarily canvas with like all the loops on it. Something simple. Again, less is more here. You really don't need to overthink this, but don't get the studded belt. My next one is wearing a chain specifically outside of your shirt. A lot of girls like a chain on a guy. This is true. A lot of these...
I wear my chain outside of my shirt, sometimes, but I don't think it's that bad of a deal. I don't know. I have had women think that I was some kind of like machismo type guy because I have a chain. But it's funny because I've had this chain since I was 8. And it's never gotten updated. I just clean it here and there. So that's why it's kind of like smaller than most people's chains. It's nothing loud. So we'll see what she says about it.
Young e-boys wear them now, but they've honestly been popular for quite a long time. But I think outside the shirt, respectfully, you look like you are going to ruin my life. It's giving major...
That's exactly what some of the women tell me. They're like, you look like a fuckboy when you with that chain on. And I'm just like, what? But I've always had this chain on.
You're F-boy, like the king of all F-boys. And maybe not in a good way once you're a grown man, right? I think there's an age, maybe not an age, maybe just a point in life where it's time to tuck that little chain inside the shirt. If king of all F-boys is not the vibe you want to give off, either tuck it inside your shirt or ditch the chain necklaces altogether. And honestly, while we're on the topic of accessories here, I think over-accessorizing is a mistake I see a lot of men make. I love Mr. Johnny Depp, for example, here, but I wouldn't necessarily get my accessory tips from him. So just something to consider.
Woo! Bird on Mr. Depp.
To each their own, wear what you like, but if you're asking for my opinion, that is what I would say. Even some other call outs here would be guys who wear watches and then bracelets like all the way up their arm.
I only just wear a watch. That's just a basic black watch.
Or guys who wear like a ton of chains around their neck. It's just too much. I know I've said it
I can understand that. I have 2 chains. Again, the one chain is from when I was a child. It's made for good luck. This pendant was good luck for me. I mean, I don't know if it truly works, but I've never really taken it off like that. And then my other chain that I've started wearing recently was my mother's choker, and it just makes me feel closer to her. That's all.
A million times, but I'll say it again: less is more. Next item on the hit list is sandals. There are a few exceptions here that I would like to mention. If you are at the pool, the beach, or you live in a tropical climate, I can let these slide. But it's going to be a hard no from me on the sandals outside of those 3 categories. Sandals with socks included here. So instead, I would go for a loafer, an espadrille, or a casual sneaker. I think any of those would be a much better option than a sandal with socks. There's a lot of different looks this can go. It can be very street style with like a slide and a tube sock, or, what they call grandpa sandal. It's like the leather sandal with all the straps on it and, a dad sock. Yeah. And neither one of them look good. You're either going to age yourself a ton there with the grandpa style, or you're going to look like you are trying to be 18 still. Neither one is a great option. So I would opt for those other things instead. Flip-flops, I hate, again, unless you're at the pool or the beach or you live somewhere tropical. Those are the only times when I personally think it's okay. And listen, there's no need to be butthurt here. There's no reason to get your feelings hurt. This is just fashion. It's fun. I'm sure I wear a lot of things that you guys don't like. I'm sure a lot of you hate this. Again, I look like I'm going to go milk a cow or churn some butter. So if you don't want to take my advice, that's fine. I wear Ugg boots sometimes in the winter if I'm running errands, and they're hideous. And I know that. My fiance thinks they're hideous. Everyone thinks they're hideous. I know most of you probably would. But
Yeah,
I
most
wear them
guys would,
anyway,
sure.
out of ease and comfort sometimes. So it's okay to have those items in your closet that you reach for comfort or for a certain, specific activity. Crocs, I hate the way those look.
All right, I 100% agree. There's so many people that wear Crocs now, even guys, Crocs with socks and stuff. It kind of blows my mind how like popular Crocs have gotten, and they all put those little charms on it and stuff. I seen like 28-year-olds, 26-year-old men wearing these things, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I would suggest if you're gonna go with shoes, Kohans are really nice, like in between dress and casual shoes. They have a good like line, and they're very nice made shoes and very comfortable and very light shoes. I'm not trying to really plug Kohan in a sense. Just those are the shoes I pick personally, and those are that's most of my shoes is all the Kohan ones, but they just have different designs and different things. It just really fits with outfits that are made to look more adultish because they have like that semi-dressy, semi-casual look.
But if you're out in your backyard with your kid and a sprinkler, wear the Crocs. If you're gardening, wear the Crocs. It doesn't matter. I think it's really about knowing the time and the place to wear things to. So it's all right if you got some ugly things in your closet, because you know what? So do I. So guys, that is all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't
Ooh, that was some awesome chow. It's funny too. Like, I love that Courtney can make fun of herself, can make fun of her own look, and understand that maybe not everybody wants to take advice from her because she looks that way. I'm sure not everybody wants to take advice from me because you guys see me wear the same shirt every day, and you're like, man, this guy has like no style. And I think a lot of women think that too for me, but it works for me. And then, I don't really care if women think that, because there's plenty of women that think I look pretty presentable. So again, Axe, just go to Macy's, try out some fragrances. There's a reason why Axe was like really tailored and like commercialized for kids or for younger adults. So when you're getting a little bit older, just isn't the way to go. Please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. It's chow time.